All right, are we live? Let's see if I'm live. Am I live now? Jason Gunn. Okay, looks like I'm live. Yep. Hey guys, welcome back to Ask Jason Anything. So, yep, if this is the first time you see me, welcome back to my weekly live. Yeah, basically what I do here is I go live every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Malaysia time to answer questions that I receive from my community members, mostly on YouTube. So basically, if you have any questions regarding meta advertising, all you need to do is first, I would actually recommend that you go to my YouTube channel because I've posted over 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel, mostly answering questions like this. And, just try to search for an answer. I hope I have covered something that is similar to the challenge that you're facing right now. If you can find an answer, great. Move on to do a lot of things that you need to do because when it comes to meta advertising, you'll be facing a lot of different challenges along the way, especially if you're new. So yep, move on. And in case if you cannot find an answer, regarding the challenge that you're facing, all you need to do is just post your question as a comment on any of my YouTube channels, YouTube videos. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you later. I'm going to screenshot your question and I'm going to answer your questions live on the following Sunday as I go live. All right. So this is what we do, right? So here's what it is, right? Ask Jason anything about meta ads. So if this is the first time you see me, I'm Jason, as the name suggests. I'm a meta advertising strategist, a certified meta certified pro from Malaysia. I've been doing this since 2010 as an agency, but I stopped that. And now I'm fully into coaching. I work with brands, businesses on a one-on-one format in mostly done with you, which is all we do here is we're going to dive into the situation together, whether you have a campaign that is performing and you want to take it to the next level, but you can't seem to find, a proven and kind of like predictable way to scale your campaign performance, as in like scale your budget to get more results for you. That's what I do. We strategize based on whatever situation that you're facing, and one step at a time, we optimize and take the campaign to the next level. So that's one. And on the other hand, if you're having some challenges in terms of stabilizing your campaign, you can't seem to find, predictable success in your campaign. That's also what I do. So what I specialize in is I specialize in meta ads strategy. As in, like we have a strategy, a proven method of running meta ads has been proven for many years now, used by thousands of advertisers from all around the world. But the framework is very simple, which you can find it on my YouTube channel. Just study it if you want. But then again, when it comes to applying into individual businesses, it takes a little bit of adaptation because different market, different objective, different product that you're serving, different country, you have a lot of different variables that will affect the performance of the campaign. So what I really specialize in is analytics, as in like when we run the ad, okay, the number won't lie. As you spend money, you spend $100, you have reached tens of thousands of people. So what is really happening to your campaign? The number will always give you the answer. So what we do, is one of the thing that I do the most with my clients is that we dive into the campaign, we derive hypothesis, and then we prove one hypothesis at a time. We test one variable at a time. So that's what we do when it comes to optimization. I've got clients who have been working with me for years now. So it's really one step at a time. I don't really have an answer to everything. But then again, as I learn, especially now, I just onboarded one new client from Vietnam. I've never had a client from Vietnam before. I've worked with clients from 50 other countries. But then again, whenever I enter a new market, enter a new country, enter a new industry, selling a new product, I myself am learning as well. But what I bring to the table is probably I would say, some would say it's a wealth of experience that I've experienced because as a certified pro and a Meta preferred partner, I actually oversee close to 2 to 3 million meta ads spent every year. It's not me. I don't spend a lot of money, but it's really the clients that I work with that are giving me all these opportunities to learn. And that's what I am trying to bring to the table to help brands like you and meta advertisers like you to really take a campaign to the next level with whatever that I have learned. So it's just really what I've learned and to help you to put into practice to help you take a campaign to the next level. So so that's what I do. So if you want to work with me in any way, just go to my YouTube channel. there'll be a way that you can actually schedule a one-on-one discussion, because the done with you format is really something that I don't take a lot of clients. I have really limitation in terms of how many clients I can take, but let's have a quick chat. Let's see whether we are a good fit to work together. You can find a link on my YouTube channel anyway. Okay. So yeah, so basically, if you are, that's really for those who want really one-on-one attention with me. But if you're running ads, you just on and off, you want some personalized recommendation and tips, or you want me to look at your campaign, you want me to answer your specific questions when it comes to meta advertising, I would actually recommend my one-on-one meta ad support. It's called Meta. This is Jason on Demand. Okay, this is really my one-on-one meta ad support in the lightest format. So what we do here is this. Every month, you get asked up to 3 questions. It could be any questions that you, based on the challenge that you're facing or some feature that you don't understand when it comes to meta ads, or you can ask me to dive into your campaign, to analyze your campaign, to give you personalized recommendations. Those are the things that I do. But instead of one-on-one, we come on Zoom. This is different. You will send me your question and I'll reply in a video. All right. Otherwise, if you want me to review your campaign, I will remotely access to your ads manager, and I would actually do a thorough analysis, and then I will send you a video with all the recommendations I have, hopefully to help you take your campaign to the next level. So that's really like a very lightweight, and the fee is really also really, really affordable. So it's really useful for those who are new to meta advertising and you only need the minimal support. So this is really something that I would recommend. Scan this QR code, sign up. It's a monthly subscription. There is no commitment. You can just come in for 1 month and everything's, if everything's solved, then you can just cancel a subscription and come back later. But then again, if you find this useful, then you can continue to subscribe to this thing, which I promise to provide one-on-one attention to all the questions or the challenges that you're facing when it comes to meta advertising. So if that's something that you're looking for, then scan this QR code. All right, let's go into the questions. Now, the first question is coming from Zohai. So you're saying that you have a verified business manager and you want partner agency account. How can you do that? So basically, like as a Meta business partner, myself, it's called Meta business partner. I think it's still business partner or Meta. Yeah. Anyway, so it's really a position where we are being recognized as an agency by Meta. So the benefit would be we get priority support from Meta if there is anything happen to our client's account, to our account. So that's one. And on top of that, Meta actually provides us some, I do not really attend a lot of them, but there will be some trainings and, like workshops that we can attend to keep ourselves updated about, whatever that is happening in the industry. And on top of that, we are also, we can also enroll our clients into some rebate programs, as in like, if our client fulfills certain criteria, they spends X amount of money in terms of different kind of ads, they will get some cash rebate in terms of the ads dollar vouchers. They will be, reimbursed back to their ad account and stuff like that. So I've helped a few of my clients obtaining this kind of so-called benefit, I would say. So those are just the thing. And of course, you get listed in the partner directory, recognized as badge partner. I mean, that's really only for badge partner. So in order to become a partner first, so just a normal partner, there is no way that you can jump on that. And there is no other way that we as a partner can help you enroll into that, because different rule applies to different countries. Like, for example, I think one time somebody from, I'm not sure which country, they tried to reach out to me hoping that I would help them enroll into a Meta business partner. But the thing is that program is not available in their country. So I think all you need to find out is first you go to Google, look for Meta business partner or something like that, and go to the page and find out what are the criteria. I mean, what I did back then was I actually, just like what I mentioned, I Google it because the moment I found out about this thing, I was kind of interested because I was running an agency, right? So when I was at the page, there is no way that I can enroll or request whatever, but I can actually put in my email and fill up certain information about my business and all that. So I think over a year or two, I received an email from them and saying that I am qualified to be a member or to be a partner. So I just follow the steps to enroll, and becoming a partner is just the first step. And in order to become a badge partner like me, you need to have clients who spend a lot of money. It's not really about you. It's not about you, in fact, because most agencies don't spend a lot of ads on Meta. But then again, you need to really have your clients. So I think the minimum requirement is to have your client to spend at least 750,000 US dollars in the last 180 days. Yeah, so that's the requirement in order to become a batch partner. But becoming a batch partner, let me think, what are the benefits? Actually, I don't know. I don't really use a lot of them. Yes, we got voucher from Blueprint certification program. Yes, that's one of them. And a few other things here and there, but then yeah, not much, to be frank. So yeah, but then again, it's a recognition, because as an agency, you definitely can brag about the status and all. And of course, because that shows that you are really experienced, because you managed that amount of money. Like my client accumulator, they now spend over $1 million every 6 months. That means every year I'm overseeing about like more than $2 million in ad spend. So that proves that I'm really in the field, instead of just talking about whatever that I'm talking about here, right? So yeah, I hope that gives you a little bit of steps, but yet again, like I say, there is no way I can help you enroll into that. But follow those steps, like what I did, and hopefully you can, become a batch partner. And all the best. All right. Okay. Now, so that's the first question. Now, the second question is coming from Terry. So Terry is asking how to switch to lifetime budget, because you weren't aware of the daily budget thingy, because the Meta switched it to daily budget. So based on what I know, basically you won't be able to switch from daily to lifetime. So what you can do here is you can duplicate the ad set, okay, and then after that you publish it into a lifetime budget. Because you probably know, right, the differences between daily budget and the lifetime budget is that if you set lifetime budget, okay, that means, let's say for example, you want to do like 1st of July to 31st of July, you want to spend $100, for example. I mean, I don't think you can spend that little, but anyway, so that's an example. So that's really that. So when you set a lifetime budget, okay, what will happen is that Meta may spend some days they will spend more money, and some days they may spend less money. But what they promise you is that within that period of the lifetime that you designated, that you set, you will finish the $100. So I've seen some cases where they may not be able to spend at the very beginning, but towards the last few days, they will rush the budget out just to make sure that they spend all the money. So you may not have that much control, okay, on the spend. And basically, and there may be some kind of like some unpredictability or, like uncontrollable variables when it comes to the campaign performance itself. So yeah, so that's one thing. But the downside about lifetime budget is, based on my personal experience, once you finish the lifetime, for example, after 1 month, you find this is really useful. You want to extend it. For example, you want to extend it for another month. You want to add on budget to it, want to run it for another month because you have seen that it's performing quite well. Usually, when you do that, it messed up the algorithm. And the following month, which is like, let's say you extend from, July finished, you want to extend it to August. Usually August may not perform as good as July because it actually kind of messed up the algorithm. But that's just some of the cases that I've experienced. Now, another problem about lifetime budget is that, let's say you run this campaign halfway through, you see this is really doing well and you want to increase budget to it. You need to manually calculate about, like, let's say if you want to increase the budget by, like 20% or 50%, for example, you need to calculate manually, and it may not be that accurate when it comes to the amount spent. So that's one thing. But having said that, like having a lifetime budget also allows you to set, the budget, the campaign duration, as in like the scheduled campaign, meaning you can set your ad to run only on weekdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., which is only available for lifetime budget. But having said that, I personally prefer daily budget because it gives me the flexibility of adjusting the budget as I want. And of course, it gives me the kind of control because I'm really a person who likes to control. Let's say I usually would have probably multiple ad sets into one campaign, and I probably want to move the budget a little bit around whenever I see opportunities. I want to have that kind of flexibility. It's a lot easier to manage if you're running daily budget. So that's the differences between daily budget and lifetime budget. But having said that, I would say both have their own pros and cons. It's really up to you about what is your preference. I've seen a lot of clients who are using lifetime all this while, and it's working really well for them. But yeah, personally, I am more like a daily person. But basically, once you set it ad set to be either lifetime or daily, you won't be able to change it. I think the best way is really to duplicate the ad set and then set it differently into yours. I mean, the same is the same as the optimization. Let's say if you already set it as you want to optimize for purchase, you won't be able to change it to add to cart, for example. So it's all set as you publish the ad set, but you can always duplicate and change it. So yeah, so that's what you can do. But anyway, in case you have more questions like this, you want a one-on-one question, one-on-one from me, as in like I would recommend that you join my one-on-one Meta Ad support. So this is Jason on Demand. As scan this QR code, you'll be landed on the landing page to give you all the explanation about it. But fundamentally, it's about, you can anytime ask me a question about meta advertising or the challenge that you're facing. You can send me a text, or you can send, not text, an email, or you can send me a voice note or a video, a Loom, something like that. What I'll do is I'll reply in another video for you. As in, I would record a video like this and I will send it over to you. If I need to demonstrate a steps or a feature in the Ads Manager for you, I will. Or you can even ask me to dive into your campaign, analyze it to give you recommendations about things that you can do differently to improve your campaign performance, or you want to know what are the optimization opportunities that you have in the campaign. Those are the things that I do. All right. So if that's what you are looking for, scan this QR code, and I look forward to work with you. Okay, now the next question I have here is, this is not a question, it's coming from Virtually Bella. Like she watched my two-step funnel meta ad strategy. So basically, when it comes to my meta advertising strategy, it's always a two-step funnel. Just to break it down simply is I always have a top of funnel running and I have a retargeting running. So whether it's CPaaS, e-commerce, lead gen, that's what I usually do, because basically it's really important to have a strategy, because here's what I have fundamentally in the strategy itself, just to avoid you wasting money on any ads. First thing first, you need to always have a top of funnel ad, because the fundamental of a top of funnel ad is it should always help you reach new people for you. Make sense? Because yeah, that's all about advertising, right? You need to always reach new people. But if you do not separate your top of funnel and retargeting, basically you may be overreaching certain people, because when you choose an objective, Meta will recognize that, okay, now this is what this fella wants. And if you want lead, for example, they will always find people who are into lead. But if you do not set this campaign properly, you may be reaching back to the same person who have taken the action. Like I have seen this so many times. I seen this ad, I bought this thing, and I keep seeing this ad. Because this expert or this advertiser do not do exclusion, which is the key to the top of funnel campaign. So the exclusion is really something that we apply in the campaign or the ad set level to make sure that those who have taken action on our ad, you can set whether it's interacting with your ad or they purchase something or whatever, they shouldn't be seeing the same ad again. Because remember, top of funnel is always about reaching new people, okay? And then keep bringing new audience into your funnel. That's the whole idea. Now, then you'll be maybe asking, what about those who have clicked on the ad, seen the landing page, and yet to purchase? That's the reason why we have a retargeting. Now, when it comes to retargeting, the sole purpose of it is to remind those people who have taken certain action, but yet to finish the final action about their intention about your product or services. So you can come back to them and say, hey, I saw you look at this product, but you haven't purchased yet. Can I just give you a 10% discount to make your purchase right now? Valid for the next 24 hours. You can always do this kind of variation of strategies when it comes to retargeting, just to increase the chance of converting these people. So when you have a balanced top of funnel and retargeting, we usually spend about 80% of the budget at the top of funnel and 20% at the retargeting. The whole idea here is when we balance it up, we have overall improved ROAS instead of just depending on one campaign. But there are certain things that you need to make sure that you do it right in terms of the top of funnel and retargeting. But of course, when it comes to retargeting, we can design a lot of different strategies. Like for example, some of my clients see really good success when we retarget those who have purchased, every now and then, because we just need to trigger them. It's time to replenish. It's time to restock. It's a lot easier to trigger purchase decision, especially those who have bought from you before. So there are many things that you can design, but the fundamental is we will always have a top of funnel and a retargeting. That's what I call the two-step funnel. So yeah, it's really going to help you stop wasting a lot of money in your advertising and make sure that you optimize every dollar that you spend and really optimize the ROAS that you're getting. So if you are looking for something like that, you should go to my YouTube channel, search for Two-Step Funnel or Meta Ad Strategy. I've got some free training around on my website as well that talks about that. But then again, if you want to try implementing yourself and you want me to come in and take a look whether you are doing it right or not right, then I would definitely recommend my one-on-one Meta Ad support. It's called Jason on Demand. So this is a lightweight support that I'm offering to the, like advertisers like you out there. It's very simple. If you have any questions, email me and I will reply in the video. Or you want me to dive into your campaign to look at your structure, whether you have done it right, because I will always recommend that you learn this and practice this yourself. But sometimes you may make some minor mistakes here and there, which can cause your performance to go wrong. All you need is somebody like me to come in and take a look at it and tell you what is wrong, and fix it. Then this is how you learn and you become better, right? So that's a lightweight support. You can get me to remotely dive into your campaign and analyze it and give you recommendations about things like that. So if that's what you're looking for, then scan this QR code and I look forward to work with you. All right? So all the best. And the next question that I get here is coming from Desiree. So Desiree is saying that you're from Philippines. Hi, welcome to my world. So you are selling on Facebook page, and the best campaign objective to be used. Oh, you don't have a website. Now, basically, if I understand this correctly, if you are selling on your Facebook page, you want your audience to message you. Am I right? That's the easiest way to get started, right? You don't want them to comment, because basically, I would definitely not recommend to get people to PM, as in like type in the comment or something, unless you do use some third-party, chatbot system like ManyChat, which you get an audience to type certain keywords, for example, buy, and the moment they do that, ManyChat will pick that up and send them a message to give them the instructions to buy and blah, blah, blah. So those are the things that you can set up. But I would not recommend that, because that's really the lightest weight action comment. And usually those who comment are not really interested in buying. So I want you to consider getting your audience to huddle a little bit, as in like you want them to kind of like go through certain steps to become a customer. But basically, as you are only selling on Facebook page, I would say the best option you have is to actually get them to message you. But when it comes to messages, there are multiple ways that you can get your audience to message you, right? If you are in the ads manager, you will realize that whether you use engagement, okay, that's one, lead, all right, or even sales, you can get people to start a conversation with you on your Facebook page messenger level. But having said that, you need to really understand which one works better with you. But based on my experience, I always like to go for the highest quality audience, meaning I would actually get people to message you to buy. So I would use sales objective and I'll opt for WhatsApp conversation, meaning that's the key here. When you choose sales objective, you're telling Meta that, look, sales is important to me. Yes, what do we call that? Chat commerce is really a thing in our region, Southeast Asia, Asian countries and all that. But when you go for sales, Meta will recognize that you want sales, and they will reach audience. They will help you reach audience who are more likely to purchase, because they know who are the people who are likely to purchase. So I always go for that. But having said that, if you go for that, you will get higher CPM. So technically, your ads are going to be more expensive because you are reaching higher quality audience. But having said that, I wouldn't guarantee that you'll get success right away, because sometimes it's really different. Different country, different habit, different preference. So you try that. If you cannot get result after a week, all right, then you can reduce back and opt for another thing, which is in most cases, the next best thing is engagement. Meaning you can set up an engagement campaign, but the objective, the optimization is to get people to talk to you and message you on the messenger. So that's the next best way to really get people to get started directly without having a website or whatever. And as they message you, you can set up auto reply, like maybe point them to make payment or send them some videos about that. And of course, as they already started message you, you can always reach back to them and, message them and stuff like that to do that. So yeah, so that's the simplest way getting started. But having said that, this may not be the best way to get started. The best way in all the countries that you work in, basically, I do not know, right? Like I say, I don't know what you sell. There could be a lot of possible variables that may affect the performance. So the next thing you can do is maybe you can try to switch for different optimization, still engagement, but you can try WhatsApp, because some countries, the audience prefers WhatsApp conversation, like Malaysia. To be frank, WhatsApp is a thing, and most people likes to be WhatsApp. And another, good thing about WhatsApp is Once you get the number, you can follow up. You can WhatsApp them, you can send them information, and you can follow up, and you can even keep them for long-term conversation whenever you have new launches and stuff like that. So those are the things that you can do. So yeah, hopefully I give you some ideas to get started. But having said that, launch it and measure it and optimize it from there. I won't be able to give you the best answer or the best way to do, whatever in your country, because like I say, it's new to me and I don't know what you sell. There are many things that could be potentially affecting the performance of the campaign, but start and analyze. So that's the best way to go. So if you need help, right, like I said, one-on-one meta ad support. So this is the easiest way and the lightest weight method for us to work together on one-on-one basis, basically, to become a JSON On Demand member. So as you become a member, what you can do is every month you can ask me up to 3 questions, all right? Just shoot me an email and I'll reply with a video, all right? So whether it's me walking you through certain feature in Ads Manager that you don't understand, I will. Or you want me to dive into your campaign, analyze it to give you recommendations, whether to point you out what have you done right or wrong in your campaign, or to analyze the metrics to build you an optimization plan, that's what I do as well. So yeah, if that's what you're looking for, then scan this QR code and I look forward to work with you. All right, so the next one is really a question that comes from my YouTube channel, Rishabh. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. And you're running a meta ads for generating leads for your wooden floor installation, but you're not able to generate leads. You're using meta lead form. So also you have optimized it many times. Budget is good too. Now, when you say optimize, I do not know what you done. So when you say optimize, meaning you have optimized, meaning let's say, for example, you know that you have low CTR, you have optimized it. You have tested with new creative that probably bring your CTR from 0.5 to 1%. So those are the optimization that you have done. I don't understand. So basically, when you have been spending, when you say your budget is good, you have been spending money, but you're not able to get leads, there are many reasons. It could be the ad, or it could be the preferences, as in like if you have been using lead form, maybe because some clients don't do well with lead form because the audience in their country or in that industry do not like to submit a lead through a lead form. So you probably can consider testing and maybe other options like landing page, or you can even go by Messenger or WhatsApp conversation, because it really depends on the preferences of the audience in where the market or the country that you're serving. So there are many reasons. Like I said, I will only be able to dive into your campaign to give you recommendations if I am given the opportunity to access to it. But then again, you can always go through my optimization videos, my training on my YouTube channel, and analyze it yourself and try to do some optimization on your own. But yeah, those are the few angles that I can give you. Like you should try different method, right? Maybe lead form is not the best one. Go for landing page, go for Messenger, go for WhatsApp, test one thing at a time, and eventually find out the best way. Or it could be the offer, right? The offer was not really good enough for the audience. That's why they are not clicking. So we need the numbers to know what's really going wrong here in order to find out the best way to optimize it. So if that's what you're looking for, I would actually recommend that you go for this way. Where is my QR code for Meta Ads Review? Here you go. So this is the best way that I can dive into your campaign, analyze it with you over a Zoom call to tell you what's going on, what's right, or what's going on in your campaign. How do we rebuild this? What are the options you have in order to hopefully get leads for your business? So if that's what you're looking for, then scan this QR code and I look forward to work with you. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. And that wraps the AMA for this week. Now, like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to pop your question as a comment on any of my YouTube videos. What I'm going to do is on the following Sunday, I'm going to screenshot your question and I'm going to answer you live over here. Otherwise, always feel free to join me live every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Malaysia time. With that, thank you so much. You guys have a good week ahead and I'll see you next week. Good night. Bye.